Thanks for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an Amazon affiliate site for sale created in March 2015. This business makes $3,035 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this site is 40625. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Robert.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and before we dive into the questions here, I'd like to just give a quick summary for our listeners out there. This site was built in March 2015, has a monthly revenue of $3,574 with expenses sitting at $269 for a total net profit of $3,305, and that is on a 5-month average. With the sale also comes the domain. All the files are included along with 16 social media accounts and 7 Web 2.0 properties. So, Robert, I know this isn't your first business that you sold with us, but can you tell our audience a little background on your business? Have you built other businesses before, or kind of what is your background in the whole online business space?
Sure. So I got into online business about 3 or 4 years ago, just kind of playing around with these sites, and then started getting pretty decent at it. So about 2 years ago, I became full-time just building these affiliate websites pretty much mainly through SEO, organic traffic. And at this point, I'm at about 20 affiliate sites. And for me, it's just kind of to grow more of these. I love the simplicity, the passive nature of the sites, and that's my story.
And how did you come up with this idea for this website without obviously giving away the niche?
Well, you had me on the last interview as well. And, I don't have a great story. I kind of just go through and look for certain keywords that kind of match, or a niche that kind of matches what I need to go into in terms of competitiveness. So it hit that. I did like the price level of the products in this niche. And I will say that I used these products a lot as a kid and had fun. So maybe that inspired me in some way.
That's kind of cool. So how does this, for someone that isn't familiar at all with the Amazon affiliate model and affiliate sites in general, could you just briefly describe how this business makes money?
Sure. So, we go out there, or I go out there and build a site in a particular niche, build some content around it. Once it starts getting some traffic from Google search, for example, people come on to the website and read about a product. If they like it, there's a link on my page that has a special code that tells Amazon, hey, this is someone coming from my website. And if someone makes a purchase, Amazon will credit me with a commission. I mean, if you have enough traffic and over time, you can make it pretty profitable.
And why are you selling the business? Why not just keep it and grow it? As you mentioned, Amazon sites are fairly passive in nature. So what's the reason for selling?
So, like I said earlier, I have about 20 other sites. So this one's just been sitting there. It is doing well, but I just know that, someone out there with a little bit more attention can take this to the next level. It's just kind of been sitting there. In addition, I am looking to grow some bigger online properties over the next year. So to be honest, the cash flow aspect doesn't hurt my cause either.
Definitely. So I'm assuming the plan for after the sale, are you planning on investing this money into your bigger properties, I'm assuming?
Yeah, pretty much. Got some pretty lofty goals for the next year, so they'll be going right into them, yeah.
Excellent. Now, moving into the site history, when you first started the site, what was the trajectory of this business like for the first few weeks and months? Did you find you were getting customers pretty easily, that traffic was rolling on in, or did it take a while to get ranked and start getting customers?
Yeah, so launched in March 2015. Initially, it took some time. So didn't really start seeing sales until November of 2015. And, the site wasn't really even ranking that high come Christmas of 2015, but the Christmas spike definitely kind of boosted the sales. And then after that, the last 4 to 6 months, the rankings have kind of shot up and been pretty stable. And then, that's pretty much where it's been at so far.
Now, is there anything you learned from this business in particular that you're going to apply to your other businesses?
To be honest, no.
Excellent. Well, you have a pretty systematic way of how you build these sites, so I'm assuming it's pretty cookie cutter for you at this point with 20 affiliate sites.
Yeah, so I said just no, but I mean, I guess every project I do, I kind of learn a little bit more and take it to the next project, but nothing, specifically. Like you said, it's a pretty systematic approach to building these sites.
I'm assuming there wasn't anything you tried on the site that didn't work, or did you do some kind of experiment that just didn't hold up?
No, actually, now I am thinking of something. So I did get a better idea of how to structure my content and how Google kind of likes, especially for search engine, how they like you to kind of be the master on the topic. So this was actually one of my first stabs at employing that method. And it definitely helped with the rankings. And I do use that strategy going forward. So I did think of something.
The content strategy, what exactly is it? How do you
It's a
format it?
Yeah, it's just kind of a silo structure where if you have a particular topic and you're writing about it, Google doesn't really like to rank websites or parts of websites that only talk about the subject matter maybe in one article or two article. So basically just having a lot of related content around your main keywords and your different articles helps boost your authority in Google's eyes and therefore helps you rank.
Yeah, that makes sense. As far as traffic and earnings go, I'm assuming it's all organic, or are you getting any traffic from your social media accounts?
No, not from the social media accounts. They're just set up for just to kind of give it a more natural feel to the site, but it's 100% SEO.
And what is the breakdown of the earning types? Do you find that mainly just one product you're reviewing on the site is getting all the money, or do you have multiple different kinds of products?
Multiple different kinds of products. That said, there's a lot of diversity in the product set in the market. So like there's kind of the low end budget that some people like to get. There's kind of this middle zone. And there's one particular product that is like top of the top, 4 or 5 times more expensive than the rest. Don't sell that one as much as I'd like to, but it's a pretty good mix of products.
Excellent. That's good because low tier and high tier price items work really great with the Amazon affiliate commission structure, where you reach a certain amount of products shipped and then they bump you up with the tier and it's retroactive. So that's awesome.
Yep.
How stable are the earnings?
For the last 4 to 6 months, like I said, the rankings have been fairly stable. I will say, though, that early spring and summer, based on what I've seen in Google Trends, are the better months. I think that, September, October might see a slight dip, and then January and February are going to be a little bit slower. November and Christmas or in December are going to be pretty good, but there is going to be a seasonality to it a little bit.
Yeah, of course. There's always a Christmas bump for all the Amazon sites for sure. How much content is on the site, and are you adding to it on a monthly basis, or is it just kind of sitting there?
It's pretty much sitting there since the initial launch of the site. I want to say there's somewhere between 40 and 50 articles, somewhere in that range.
Nice. And let's pretend that you wanted to keep the site, you didn't want to sell it. What would be the least risky thing you would do to grow this site?
The first thing I'd do is work on increasing the visitor value through conversion rate optimization. So there's been none of that done. I kind of just threw up articles, affiliate links, and just kind of earnings started coming in. So I would tweak that. Also, if the person who buys this is pretty strong with improving rankings, there's still some room to grow with that. And then with the social properties, I haven't tried anything with, Pinterest or anything social like that. And the last thing I would do would be to try to grow an email list. There are 3 pages, articles on this site that get a considerable amount of traffic. That would be perfect, like high value articles, not just, hey, buy this stuff that are that are perfect for email opt-in. So those are some things where if this was like my 1 or 2 sites that I had to focus on and I wanted to grow it, that's probably where I'd start.
And what would you do if you were incredibly risky, just decided you wanted to grow the site as quickly as possible?
I think you would so it's ranking for about 3 or 4 main article pages that are ranking somewhere between like the 3 to 8 spot in Google. And for anyone out there that's ever looked at it, like page 1, basically if you're number 10 and you're number 1, that's about a 35x increase. So I would just get as many links as you could through guest posting or PBN, and I try to take that rank from number 5 to number 1 and 10x your payday or whatever.
For sure, that makes total sense. As far as the risk goes, what do you think is the biggest risk for this website that a buyer should be aware of?
You got to be aware that it's SEO only traffic. So anytime you're relying on Google, you're kind of in their hands. We do the best we can with, keeping the PBN safe and everything like that. But that's the main risk, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Luckily, your site is ranked number one and it's been around for a while, so that's good. Probably picking up some natural links just from the traffic it's getting in of itself, so that's always positive. But definitely in an SEO play, got to watch out for the big G. So, as far as work required goes, can you describe the amount and type of work you are doing specifically to maintain this site? Like, what does your weekly and monthly tasks look like?
Yeah. So at this point, weekly, pretty much nothing. I might just update the WordPress themes on a monthly basis. So to be honest, I'm checking it about quarterly. And what I do is I go in and I have my virtual assistant go in and check the product listings to make sure that this product that I'm linking to as an affiliate link goes to Amazon and it's not out of stock or the listing's gone. But if you're just trying to leave the site as it is right now, it's pretty bare minimum work.
Excellent. And what kind of skills or requirements would you suggest for someone to have before buying a business like this?
Basic WordPress, be able to go in and kind of edit things, add links. That would be my suggestion. Yeah.
And to wrap it up a little bit here, would you be willing to sign a non-compete? Say a buyer came in, buys the site, you just say, hey, look, I'm not going to go and build the same exact niche site next week after you buy this site from me.
Yes, I would.
And how much support are you willing to offer a buyer?
So I've got unlimited email support for the first or for a month. And then within that time, we can get on a Skype call for 3 1-hour calls three 1-hour calls.
And obviously, the best case scenario here for Empire Flippers and for you is someone comes in and they buy the business outright for full listing price. But would you at all be open to a split or earn out, say 70% up front, 30% on closing, 60% up front, and maybe 40% over the next couple months based off hitting certain goals? Is that something you would at all be open to?
I would, yeah. I'd prefer to be on the higher end. So maybe, like you said, 70, 75%, but definitely negotiable. We'll just, see how it goes with the buyer and the seller kind of communication.
Yeah, for sure. Now, before I ask you my final question here, Rob, just for our viewers out there listening to this, watching this on YouTube or Daily Motion, or wherever you happen to be, a quick summary of this business. It's built in March 2015. Has a monthly revenue of $3,574. The expenses are sitting at $269 and a net profit of $3,305, and that is over a 5-month average. With the sale, obviously the domain and all the files are included with the website, along with 16 social media accounts and 7 Web 2.0 properties. Now, my final question for you, Rob, here is what is your best pitch in 30 seconds or less on why someone should purchase this business?
Gotcha. Yeah. This is a 99% passive income site. So literally you buy it, you watch the money roll in. But in all seriousness, with just a little bit of effort, you can take the site's earnings to the next level, like we discussed, with some conversion rate testing or just by increasing the rankings a little bit. And lastly, it's in a niche that continues to trend upwards with online buyers.
That's excellent. I love Amazon affiliate sites because it is, as you said, it's fairly hands off and it's perfect for someone, especially someone who wants a portfolio of sites very easy to manage. Now, for those out there, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want more information, the link will be below this video and it will take you to our marketplace listing. Now, if you're watching this on our actual listing page and you want more information, you can become a depositor today. All you do is click the button, make a deposit, and we'll take you to the next step. So, Robert, thank you so much for coming on, man. Absolute pleasure as always.
Thanks for having me, Greg.